Hello, Andy here, and in today's video we're looking at Nuno Bettencourt's Decadance Dance Solo by Extreme. Nuno Bettencourt was one of the pioneers of 80s shred guitar playing and is known the world over for his blistering technique, effortless style and lightning fast solos. He's still revered to this very day as one of the top guitarists on the planet. In this video we're going to look at the solo, play it at a slower speed with the tabs, break it down into chunks and go through section by section, and then spend a small amount of time talking about his tone at the end. Let's go! Now we're going to break the solo down into some more manageable chunks. But before we do, if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, where we do lots of lessons, gear reviews, tour blogs, industry advice, and much more. But for now, back to the lesson. Okay, so breaking the solo down, we start on the 7th fret of the A string. Then we play 7, 9, 11 on the A string, all hammered on as a triplet. Then we pick 7 on the D, and then 9, and then 11. Then we play 9 on the G, and then 8, and then 9, and lastly 9 on the D. So in context, that first lick becomes... and at speed. Next up we have the run-up, which starts at the 9th fret on the D string, then the 11, then the 8th fret of the G, then the 9, then the 11, then we play the 9th fret of the B, then we re-pick that 9th fret of the B, hammer it onto a 10 and pull it back off to a 9. Then we play the 11th fret of the G, then the 9th fret of the B. So that run in context becomes... and in context... and again... Next, we take the 11th fret of the G string and we bend that up to the 13. And while that note's held up there, we play the 12th fret of the B. Then we re-pick that pre-bent note and release it back down to an 11. So that it becomes... Then we play the 9 of the G, then the 11 of the D, 9 of the G, 11 of the G, and then up to the B string we play 9, 10, 11. So in context, that lick becomes... Next we play the 12 of the B, and then the 13 of the B, which is the note that leads to our key change. Then we're basically playing up a diminished run, so we play the 10th fret of the B, then the 13, then the 11th fret of the top E, then the 14, and then we take that 14 and we slide it to a 17. So in context, that whole section becomes... Then we pick the 17 on the top E again, and on the record, and I'm doing it here as well, using the trem bar to dip that note down slightly. Then we pick up on the 16th fret of the top E, and we bend it up to a 17, and then pick the 16. Then we play the 17 of the B, and then we play the 16 of the G 3 times. So that whole section from the diminished run becomes... Okay, so we play the 16 on the G again and immediately hammer it onto the 18. Then we pick the 16. Then we play 16, hammered to 18, pulled off to 16, slid down to 15, all as one movement. Then we play the 19 on the B string, then the 15 on the G, and then the 19 bent up to the 21 and then released back down to the 19. So in context, that becomes... and at speed... Then we play a 19 on the top E, and then a 16, and then a 19. And then for the final run up, we start on the 19 of the B, and then the 16 of the E, and then the 17, 16, 17, 16, and one more 17. And we play 19, bent to 21. And then we play 19, 17, 16. So in context, that becomes... and at speed... and then finally, we have the last run, which starts on the 17, then we play 19, 18, 17, all on the top E, pulled off. Then we play 19 on the B, 16 on the E, 19 on the B, 17, and 16. Then we play 19, bent to 21. Then 19, bent a tone and a half to 22. And released. And then 17, held to finish. And as much sustain as you can hold that with until the song comes back in. So in context, that last run becomes... and at speed... And there we have it, one of my favourite extreme solos and one of literally dozens of Nuno parts that blow my mind every time I hear them. But for the ultimate take, it's not just about the notes, so let's take a moment to talk about Nuno's tone. Nuno has been a Washburn endorsee for several years and has had a multitude of signature models, most notably the N4, a super strat type guitar with 2 humbuckers and a Floyd Rose locking trem. Nuno has also used Bill Lawrence bridge humbuckers for many years and has become a bit of a signature sound for him. Amp-wise, Nuno's used a range of stuff over the years, but most of them tend to fall in that hot-rodded Marshall type category to give lots of sustain and lots of saturation to the notes. For this video, I used my 2021 Sewer Modern Plus with stock pickups on the bridge humbucker into a Line 6 Helix set to a Mezza Boogie profile. In terms of effects, I used a small amount of delay and a very small amount of reverb. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Take care.